Hey everybody, welcome to another Power with Purpose virtual training session. Today we're going to be looking at some basic kickboxing techniques. Now, I've done Taekwondo my entire life. I've done some kickboxing courses and I've done some kickboxing classes. I haven't trained in it for a specific amount of time, but I feel confident that I've learned the basic techniques. And this is just to provide all of our students and members, everyone out there doing the sessions, this is something a bit different to do. So I'm going to be using, it's not Bob, but I'm going to be using this kick bag for a few techniques, and I'll be doing shadow boxing towards the air. I'll be mainly talking you through the different techniques, some good points to remember, and I'll be recommending that you do between 10 to 15 reps of each movement that we practice. Okay, so I won't count through the whole thing, but I'll take you through a fair few, and that way you'll be able to understand the movements better yourself. So let's start. Chariot, pinion. So we're going to start with getting into a kickboxing stance. Now, some styles of martial arts prefer to have a bigger base range. Kickboxing and boxing in general much prefers to have a smaller stance when you're starting. You don't want to be too big or too wide. You want to have your toes slightly inverted, knees slightly towards the center, not silly like this, but a little more towards the center to keep your center of gravity here. As soon as you start putting one thing out, you're going to be leaning more on one leg, and that's not ideal for kickboxing. You want to be able to use your left and right really quick, consistently, as well as your left and right legs pretty quick. So again, smaller stance, elbows in, hands just close to your chin. I've been taught before to here into your cheeks is a good place to start practicing. You don't want to keep them too tight, but you don't want your hands out here for boxing in. You're going to be very open. So here, elbows tucked in. Our first technique is a jab cross. So we're going to have the right foot back. I'm right-handed and I prefer my right foot. So the right hand and the right foot are back over here. We're going to start with a jab cross. The jab is with the front hand, that's the left hand in this case. Jabbing straight out towards your opponent's chin. And when we do this jab, we want to offset our hips just a little bit. So that's twisting away from the punch. So I was punching here, slight jab, twisting. And then from here, the cross, we twist back to where we just came from and bring the right hand out. So we get jab, cross, 1, 2. Show from this angle, 1, 2, and ready. 1, 2, ready. Make sure you have a pause in between each count. So if we were to count at 5, we'd say 1, 2, jab cross, 3, 4, 5. Always return to your boxing stance. Always return to this safeguarded position. Okay? Now, if you've got something that you want to hit, that's great. I've got the bag just from here. One important thing to remember is that the bag is not a soft target. Okay, you need to gauge how hard you can hit. But this bag will only go so far before I can't move it anymore. So you still need to hit it with a bit of control. 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. One more time. Okay, we'll move on now. Again, 10 to 15 reps of jab cross. Next technique is a front foot roundhouse or a check. We're going to be aiming quite low for this. This kick is designed to be hitting inside of your opponent's knee or their thigh, just along here, or just the outside, depending on which leg is closest. From here, you offset your hips, lift your leg up, and kick out with a roundhouse kick. Hit and come back. It's designed to be nice and low. Hit and come back. And designed to be quick and to check your opponent, to kick them across to here, to annoy them, disrupt them. So from here, it's quite close to your opponent. Hit and come back. You need to twist your hips to get the power to come across. Kick. And you want to have a smaller stance. It's not going to be the biggest, hardest kick of your life. If you try and wind up more power, you'll get more power, but it's also a more obvious technique. You want to be in tight from here, and then we just get 1, quick kick, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still making sure that you keep your guard up. I might have dropped my hands there a little bit. If you start kicking and dropping your hands, someone's going to be able to nail you through with their own keeping your guard up. Again, 10 to 15 of front foot roundhouse kicks. Next, 2 different punches, hook and uppercut. We're still staying in the same stance. So right foot back, guard up. Front hand is going to do a hook, or left hand. And a hook comes across right into the cheekbones and the chin of your opponent. Again, offset the hips when you punch. Hook. And you use maybe even a mirror reflection. I've got a reflection just here. Line it up with your own height. Make sure you're not punching, if you can see me here. Nope, that's not a bad one to the body. Nope. Nope, it's off angle. You want to be coming straight across in line with your own head. Hit, come back. Hit. That's our first punch in this combo, is a hook. The second one is an uppercut. Your hand comes scooping down, coming up under the chin. Hit, and then come back. Hook, and then the uppercut coming down beneath your opponent's hands, straight up under the chin, and then return. 1, 2, return. 1, 2. Now, once again, if you decide you've got a bob or a bag to hit, take into account how hard and heavy the bag is, because your hand's not going to slide through it. Okay, it's bigger and tougher. It's good for conditioning, and also make sure, obviously, for the uppercut, I've got nothing to hit there, so I'll go for a gut shot instead. 1, 2. 1, 2. Or to the air, shadow boxing. 1, 2. Ready. 1, 2. 1, 2. 10 to 15 reps. Move on to the next one. Now we've got a back foot roundhouse kick. Okay, so a shin kick from here. We're going to twist those hips straight forward, and now we're going to unleash a bit of power with the back leg. Flick the hip and hit the back across. This technique can still go for the outside of the leg or the inside of the leg, but it can go a little bit higher as well, into the hip or into the ribs. Just from here, flick and hit and come back. This one is your longest range weapon, obviously. My punch is here, my punches are all here, my front foot, but the back foot can still get to the opponent. So nothing can quite touch, but when you twist and you move forward, you advance into what you're aiming for. So even from here, just kick into the air, small stance, flick the hip, kick and come back. Flick, kick and come back. 10 to 15 reps, we'll see how you go. So, if you're feeling a bit lost, go back to the start of the video and just watch those combos again, practice them one more time. What we're going to do now, we're going to put a couple of these techniques together. So what we're going to have is jab, cross, front foot, roundhouse kick. So the first two techniques, jab, cross, front foot. Just put them together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. From here, 1, 2, kick to the shin. 1, 2, kick to the knee. You're distracting your opponent with something up to their face, and then quickly hitting the front of their foot or their front leg. 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. Right. Next combo, putting the other two together. So our other punching combo was hook, uppercut. So now we're going to add on that back foot turning kick. So from here, hook, up, follow through, straight into their stomach. Hook, up, kick. From here, hook, uppercut, roundhouse kick. Hook, uppercut, kick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. The great thing with these combos is that you can start to mix them around in all different ways, a little bit more towards the end. But remember that these combos aren't set in stone. This isn't an A, B, C kind of approach to learning kickboxing or to self-defense or competitive kickboxing. It doesn't work that way. It's a lot more free-flowing. So keep that in mind. Right, let's move on to our last. We've got 3 more combos actually. We're going to put all of our hands together. So from here, we've got jab, cross, hook, uppercut. So now it's 4 punches back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you want to work on with this basic combo is that the hips move for each technique. So again, the punch, we're here. The jab. Cross, here. The hook, here. Uppercut, here. Throughout that whole time, we're shifting the weight from the front foot, from the back foot with the jab, front foot, back foot, front foot. And this is what you want to create more power in each movement and more speed in each movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A good kickboxer will be able to move around as they hit as well. That's not what we're working on today. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is why you want to go through a combo like this, keep it slowly so that you are getting your feet and hips moving. And now what we want from here, second last combo, front foot roundhouse, back foot roundhouse. We want check, 1, and then 2. So you want to be hitting them one part, and then crossing the other side. You want instep to the leg, roundhouse to the stomach, or to the body. 1, keeping your guard up as well, keep it in tight. 1, 2, guard up. 1, 2. Still focusing on staying in one stance. Again, I'm right-handed, I'm right-footed. You don't want to be doing mix around and changes. That's a different style of martial arts. From here, you want to stay in one position, in a dangerous position for kickboxing. You could even say a functional position, that from here, you're going to have set, strong techniques. Last combo, we put it all together just to complete this basic training. We've got jab, cross, hook, uppercut, check, roundhouse. So putting all these basic things together, throughout that whole time you want to continue to think about jab, cross, hook, uppercut, check, roundhouse. It's all in the hips. It's this area that creates a lot of that speed and power, like I said before. So we want to get 10 to 15 reps of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't want to overreach. You don't want to be moving forward with this combo. You're staying on the spot here and you're getting your hips going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, if you've got a bag, it's a great way to add a little bit of fun to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Again, try to keep those arms and elbows in. Alright, that's about it really. Just the basics of kickboxing, just basic movements like what a jab is, what a cross is. There's more in depth to it, but we just wanted to give you guys a skill set that you can work on, at home during this coronavirus time, and even beyond that. Just if you want to learn something a little bit different, we've got the foundation here as well. Feel free to check out our other videos. Leave a like, please subscribe. Let us know in the comments if there's something else that you'd like to see. Contact us, and yeah, hopefully we'll provide some more stuff to you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, see you next time.